And here we go. I think we're good to go here now. We're back at Nomad, which is always the first map. We have Dumb and Dumber. Used to be my favorite movie when I was a kid, or one of my favorites. Versus Ninja Warriors. Interesting start here with the Lord of Swords docking the side over here and New Mexico dropping a TC. Villager fighting not allowed before minute 5 just to ensure that TCs go up. But you could still, for example, wall in these berries to deny them of New Mexico. Mexico is dumb. I'm dumber, says Karanime. Okay. Nice. Dock goes up for the Britain's player here, so does the TC, which is fairly close to New Mexico, who is going to be the bait for this one for sure. We have Karanime all the way over to the left-hand side here. And New Mexico going to struggle for sure in a 2v1 here against Luxman and Lord of Swords. Just a quick mention of the Sims here before we fast forward a bit. New Mexico randoming Persians, lucky bastard. I'd say it's the Nomad Sim, so that's winning the random lottery right there. Allows you to place dock and make a fishing ship straight away, as the population will tell you. Karanime with the Magyars, no direct Dark Age eco bonus, but cheaper scouts in the Feudal Age. And intentionally or unintentionally luring in a deer here. That's intentional for sure. Just to boost that food source immediately. Nice. So let's look at location here. Karanime all the time in the world here with the Magyars to get a juicy boom and probably focus mainly on land, while New Mexico will play the bait here and enjoy life in the classic Nomad 1 vs 2, sandwiched in between Lord of Swords here with the Britons and Luckman with the Burmese. Not fantastic Nomad Sims, but come the Castle Age, Burmese get cheaper town centers, which makes for easier expansion, and obviously they're longer range archers. And Burmese with the potential for castles and Arabai. Hey, hey, Magnolia! Hello! Nice to see you. Stopping by for some Nomad Cup casting, eh? Nice. Best map. I found 4 sheep total, so I told Mexico and voice chat that I had 4 scouts. Yeah, true. There they are. Alright, a quick look at the overall scouting here as well. Not the most impressive thus far for any player here. I like the team colors here, 1, 2, and 3, 5. He commented that he didn't realize while Migra's scout was good that Migra's weren't that fast. Alright, so see a few late on the way for Karanime and for Lord of Swords here. So that we're gonna pay some attention to that. But let's just have that few late kick in first. 24 pop for Karanime, 28 pop for Lord of Swords here. Do we have some idle time here playing in? New Mexico with the Persian, actually with surprisingly high idle TC time here, struggling for food, but looks with committing heavily into fish. So a Dumba number really have to defend water here. Just look at the fish investment of New Mexico here. Fortunately for Dumb and Dumber, Lord of Swords and Luxman haven't really scouted the dock location of New Mexico just yet. So Karanime is up and going for the scouts now, not going for water control. That's probably going to be Persian's job here then with the Fuel H kicking in eventually. Let's see for New Mexico's, 3 docks, is it? Yeah, should be in a spot to contest water then if there's gold to be found and secured here for the green player. Lord of Swords 1 fire galley out, but Karanime only with 4 fish total, so it's not going to be a big deal losing those. There's still food being eaten on land here, and you could of course start dropping farms as needed as well. Tiger Scouts 15% cheaper, so that saves you some food as well to do other stuff. And again, the position here is just so far away from everyone else, it's just begging for expansion in the Castle Age and a free boom, essentially. Yep, we have New Mexico here committing to the water fighting, queuing fire galleys out of all 3 docks now. And flaring the... I don't know what that's about, but using the fishing ship to scout here has found the blue dock. And will eventually be able to easily contest Burmese and Britain's naval armies here. I think, given the sheer amount of docks. We have 2 docks for the Britain's player as well, or is it 3? 2 docks. Which kind of feels like an overcommitment here, given the number of fishing ships total for Lord of Swords here. Now for Karanives scouts, what are they up to? Splitting up the groups here to scout the map. 6 scouts total, taking some nice land control here now. Only player with the any land military at all here. There's lots of exposed economy here for Lord of Swords, who's thinking about that castle once Castle Age kicks in here. And could be basically going... Wait, Britain stable? Color me confused. I was going to go for the archers, I'd say. Maybe even longbows, given the stone investment here. New Mexico with 7 fire galleys against the total of 8 for ninja warriors here. Question is, where are they? Are they just defending? Look at all this fish! That's the fish boom of a lifetime for the Persians here. Should be a lovely food eco for New Mexico here. We could basically drop the buildings, drop the blacksmith market, and just buy Castle Age here, but still has the gold to go up nevertheless. And yeah, here we have the scouts raids for Colorado. We're getting some juicy kills in here. 5-2 KD. Let's see the actual eco KD here. 6-1. Even Spearman, not a huge issue if you have a decent number of scouts with the proper upgrades. Cast Stage just around the corner as well. That's going to boost the scouts if they're still alive. They're going to get that +2 attack. This is so bad for Lord of Swords. He's losing builders left and right here. That's 6 builders down. Just like that. Not enough defenses here to deal with this. It's a double... Oh, it's going to be cav archers. Nice. Triple range cavalry archers from Karanrime here. Castle Age is in, means that +2 attack is in as well, and the scout gets another... almost another doik. But there it stops. New Mexico doing alright here, walling off with houses, not really being subject to a 2v1 here, as the Burmese player has... I don't know, just walled himself up here and focused more on water than anything else. New Mexico taking an engagement there, but running into a bit too many fire galleys here. Loving that 10-1 Eco KD. Yeah, that's pretty juicy, I'll give that. Castle Age for New Mexico as well. This is obviously not an ideal version for Persians. If the situation were reversed, if Persians were over here with the free boom, that would just be a steamroll easily for Dumb and Dumber. But they're still doing nice here, of course. Some scouts for New Mexico making use of the food excess food while going up to the Castle Age, and with Castle Age unlocking camels or knights with bonus damage against archers line units as needed. We have Lord of Swords making Britain's knights here, which makes 0 sense to me, even for the mobility of it. It doesn't make sense. You have Magyars, you have Persians. There's no world where Britons should be going cavalry here. But it could be a way to buy time, maybe, to deal some damage and and keep the Persians player busy and not give Persians the free boom. That could be the reasoning here. But New Mexico literally just needs 1 or 2 Campbells to clean up these Britain's knights. Burmese knights as well, so no sign of Iron Bar just yet. Enter the cavalry archers of Karanibe here to make life awkward for Luxman. Eco untouched for Karanibe, and what's the situation for New Mexico? Earlier, Castle H Dan, Luxman here, who is losing the naval presence as well. Fire galleys will go down. Eventually, the fish will go down as well. We see the adaptation already at work here for Luxman with the farms going up, but takes some time for that to kick in, of course. Excuse me. Cavalry archers with a nice choke point here. They are Britain's knights, but they kind of have the numbers still. It's just that with the choke point, there's a limit to how many hits the knights can get in, and with only +1 armor, they're still kind of vulnerable to cavalry fire. Here comes New Mexico to plug the gap and probably deal with this remaining Britain's knights here, which is not viable in the long run anyway for the Britain's player. I guess it's a desperate attempt for some mobility and counter-attack potential, but looking at the scouting, they literally don't even know where Karanime is yet, so this looks like a game that is playing more and more into Dumb and Dumber's hands. So a defensive castle going up for Lord of Swords here, securing some more stones, suggesting maybe more castles will be going up. Welcome back indeed. You didn't miss too much. This is the first game after all, and obviously you know what's gonna happen. So, oh, just dancing around there. Camels raiding it. Camels and pikes. Response to the Burmese player going for the Knights play as well. So they definitely need to switch up things here. Okay, the 10 villagers lost for Burmese, 8 villagers lost for the Britons. 20 villagers lead total for Dub right here. Karanime. New Mexico with a higher population, but that's a lot of fishing ships doing work, and they're just pathing into each other here. Seeing the cheaper Britain's town centers at work here, going up on to secure more map territory like woodlands and stuff. Lord of Swords being left surprisingly much alone here, but maybe Dumber consider Burmese more of a threat here for the mobility options that they have. Obviously better knights and even battle elephants. Run in water. Luxman still trying to keep the fish eco going here and has successfully been keeping New Mexico from winning water here. It's a close one, but it's going to go into the blue players' advantage again. But production still 6 fire ships total for New Mexico here somewhere, and more importantly, keeping Ninja Warriors from engaging on his own fish, which is insignificant mass here, which is, yeah, I don't know how many, almost 30 fishing ships. It doesn't change the fact that New Mexico is cramped up in the corner here though, but now expanding with the TC on the gold and woodland here, and escaping that little Nomad Socotra to the right hand side here. scouts for the Burmese now. Is it gold issues here for Luxman? Not really, it's just adding whatever can be done here from the stables. As a cavalry, not really viable here though. Hehe. Out of all the people I could have picked as teammate, I wanted Mexico the most on account of how good he is at playing messy games. Yeah, replacements working into your favor then with New Mexico holding the 2v1 here and just allowing a massive big free boom for the Magyars. Or for the teammate on the other side. Preparing a siege, pushing in. I'm not stressing too much about the top side here with the Britain's castle, not doing too much. I play 8 versus 8, tiny map Nomad FFA for fun. Sounds rough. That's all I have to say about that. I enjoy the occasional Nomad FFA game, though it's pretty crazy, but I don't think I'll ever win one. Britain's Knights still on the field here, but we have longbows from the castle as well, so that's a cool addition from Lord of Swords here, but missing... I mean, Yeoman is not one you rush anyway. Britain's kind of an issue in for their archers is that they're missing Thambring, so they'll not be awesome against cavalry with their accuracy and firing rate. And also Persian knights have a bonus attack against archers, so... Ooh. You'd better join in here in New Mexico. Yeah, longbows. Only 35 HP, the Cav Archer masses of the Magyars doing work here. Bye-bye, longbows. As Luxman scrambles up a castle here, but the camels are going to get some juicy kills along the way here. Let's see the Eco KD just for a moment here. Yeah, it could be worse, but these two towers as well, man, they're reaching the castle foundation, and that castle doesn't go up. That is an unfinished castle, at least for now. And Luxman losing lots of villagers in the process, 23 villagers down. Eco situation now 30 ahead here for Dumb Number. Still, keep in mind that lots of those numbers are fishing ships traveling further and further to bring in the resources. I was not watching these fights. Longbows are basically arcs in Castle Age. Yeah, that seems a reasonable comparison actually. You could even get E-Omen and you'd have 5+4 range for the longbows, so... Alright. Solid mess here, and longbow numbers being kept low here, so again, good engagements of Karagame here to address the sheer numbers of military. What's up over here? We have a little bit of Burmese cavalry having some fun over here, trying to take out some fish eco. New Mexico will lose the market, but that's about it. And 178 villagers to 154. Karandime's TC threatened by a castle here, but that is actually visible in Karandime's Fog of War, so that could be addressed by Cav Archers if there are any close here. Otherwise, you just run away and save your villagers, garrison TC, and yeah, you know, mind your own business somewhere else. Yeah, these guys are just chilling out. They should be down here denying this castle. I guess Luxman guessed this one up. Wait, I cleaned that up. Yeah, you didn't need any help cleaning up those longbows. Now we have crossbows for Lord of Swords here. It's absolutely a good switch because you need castles for longbows. It's much easier to pass crossbows to become arbalest in the eventual Imperial Age here. New Mexico is going to be the first player reaching Imperial Age here, maybe thanks to the massive fish boom granting a food source. And yeah, this TC is not... Uh-oh! Imp TC. Little did Luxman know that this was Karanime's Imperial HTC. Oh, he requeued it. Oh. Yeah, good call to move the Imperial H somewhere else, even if it means losing 20% of the progress. Lord's Force still now on water here to take out a little bit of fish. Oh, you sent him food as well. Ah, okay. Still a big old mess going on here. Crossbows harassing New Mexico's gold and wood sources here. Look at the land presence of New Mexico. It's basically non-existent. But the Imperial Age is there. We have a demolition ship somewhere here to maybe get some funny action somewhere as well. But yep, only player in the Imperial Age with access to trebs. If they work together here, then they should be able to take out some enemy castles somewhat easily. Luxman massing up the Arabai here. That's going to be hurtful for the cavalry, maybe, of New Mexico. But he just patrols in here and hopes for the best. And of course, if you get close enough to the Arabai, their high attack output isn't going to help them too much. The Persian actually cleaned this up, but Arabai is classified as a cavalry archer as well, so that means that the Persian bonus against archers apply. Yeah, I know Persian's team bonus. But you still need to catch up with them. If he hits and runs with the Arabai, the knights will have more limited limits to their damage. Ninja Warriors with the military lead here, but that's mainly... There's a little bit of naval armies in here as well. Looks like the Britain's player has a solid boom and some good castles keeping stuff safe here. But one castle about to go down for the Burmese player here, just a few hits away, I guess. Not really enough repairs here to keep that one up. Now it's gonna go down, I think. There we go. And the Cavalry group roaming around should definitely dodge this. I don't think the Cavalries can win this one, even with the HP advantage. But I might be wrong. Ooh, heavy cavalry, never mind that. I didn't see that upgrade. I was too busy watching the actual fight. Obviously, Lord of Lords pulls away now. Arbalest should be on the way. And Karanime for sure needs to chase here now. Kill as many crossbows as possible before Arb kicks in. Yeah, still some good kills there. More towers for New Mexico here. Provides garrison space, provides some cover fire as the Burmese player still commits to the Arabai. Since... I guess Magyars have Arbalest, which would be, but Cav Archers in mass as well should probably be decent against even Arabai. New Mexico now contesting water completely here. Just tuning in, I'm a bit surprised that Green is looking so strong regarding his position between his opponent. Yes, I was surprised as well, but it's just been a good hold by New Mexico, walling off the north side first and then being the aggressor kind of, and also forcing the opponents to invest into naval army to defend. Yeah, exactly. Magyar Cav Archers deal more damage per shot to Arabai than Arabai do to Magyar Cav Archers, and it's obviously easier to mass the Cav Archers as well. Why do I need such a long name? That's a good name. This is a match that Britons could win with range, but not with in terms of HP. I'm assuming these are fully upgraded Magyar Cav Archers by now. Bracer, defense, unique tech. Didn't see if that was researched or not, but I assume so. Recurve bow. And at least one castle now about to go down for Lord of Swords with the push here. Britain also missing archer armor. Oh, indeed it does. It's missing. It's only got fuel edge armor. That's no wonder the cav archers are doing great here then. Thanks for the follow. Why do we need such a long name? I think your long name answers that question. Red thinks he's the Burmese player. Yeah, could be. I'm looking forward to see the reverse civs here game here though. No matter who wins, this looks strong for Dumb and Dumber, of course. Look at all these beautiful fish traps. Massive fish boom for the Persians. Could probably spam Hussars forever with a fluent food eco like that. Looks like Karanribe is in a better eco spot overall though. And doing most of the pushing here while New Mexico is so little green on the land map here. But it's just enough to keep the blue player busy so Karanribe can keep pushing in the north. There we go. Slow but deadly push here from Karanribe. Now 35 heavy cav archers and counting, producing out of 2 ranges at least. We have guard tower for New Mexico now, so making use of the land present he has with guard towers, maybe leaving the events to keep, who knows. Burmese being annoying here, but mainly just focusing on the green player now to keep the Persians out of the game as Karanribe expands further. And if you look at the map here, eventually gold is going to become an issue for Luxman and Lord of Swords. And you could say that about Dumb and Dumber as well, of course, but... But it's gonna be tough to fight back with the... Tough to fight back the ever-increasing number of cav archers. New Mexico expanding towards the left side as well. There's still resources here to be taken. Which they do have scouted as well. And I guess it's perfectly correct to mainly push the Britons here as well, because there's not much Burmese can do against fully upgraded cav archers. They have such shitty armor anyway. Only fuel edge armor for their skirmishers and whatnot, so this is a tough civilization matchup as well for Burmese and Britons, I would say, because their siege is also nothing special. No, exactly. They don't have siege onager, they don't have siege ram. They have, I guess Britain have decent skirms, but Burmese sure as hell don't. And yeah, you never really see elite skirmishers in team games, because if one player provides light cav or hussars, even better, which then yeah, elite skirms are out as well. See, Britain's being pushed further and further back here. More range is going up to double up on the skirms. It's just not going to be enough here. Burmese can't even go Elephantos because Persian Elephantos are just stronger. Not against cav archers necessarily though, because Burmese with the unique technology for their war elephants, they get more pierce armor, so that might actually be the only viable play left here, but obviously the current economy is not going to allow that for the Burmese. I think, let's see... Yeah, food and gold, nah, it's going to be too expensive, no matter what. Cav Archer Death Ball, let's go. Yeah, I don't remember the Elite War Elephant stats, but they have more hit points as well, so... Could be, could be. Rip another castle here. I mean, blue has some decent eco going. I think Nintendo Warriors are keeping going here because they are not really allowing the Persian player to contribute too much here, but it's not too far off until Lord of Swords is completely out here. So it's just about focusing on castles and allowing the heavy cavalry's free passage. GG is called, understandably so, but we'll have reversed sibs for the next game after a quick look at the stats here. Maybe we'll see the same kind of play. Actually, Maggers going full cavalries for whatever the map might be planned here. 387 to 191. That's some whooping nice KD though. Britain's losing a lot. Massive boom as expected with the placement of the town center there for Karadribe, and beautiful field edge time for the scouts as well. Stats say I was MVP, that's a lie. Yeah, MVP was 100% New Mexico here. Right. Let's pull up the next one. Game 2. It's not Michidatas, of course, but Double Double versus Ninja Warriors on Bedouins. Here's to hoping Capture H will auto connect here. And this seems about right. We have Karadribe now with the Burmese, New Mexico with the Britons. And Persians and Magyars for Lord of Sports and Luxman here. So if it wasn't a sim win with the Cavalry Archer play on the previous game for Magyars and Persians, Lord of Swords and Luxman are with a fantastic combination here for this map now, because they have so much more mobility for Bedouins here than is the case for Burmese and Britons. Between game 1 and game 2, yeah. Oh, nice. Alright, we have the TCs going up here in New Mexico now, close to his teammates here, Burmese and Britons, in the middle of Magyars and Persians here. That's the border clip indeed. We have introduced the Sims already, so I think we'll just be fast forwarding a bit here and wait for Capture H to respond, apparently. Yeah, I think I will do a restart just for facility. Watch the scout war between me and Red. Yes. I'll get to it. Nice. Scoreboard on point. And I guess we'll follow Karanribe's scout then. Oh. Oh. Oh! I mean, there's literally tons of food on this map, but you want to preserve the scouts, obviously. Geese are almost your only scouts. We have for this Bedouins version, we have a horse as well, so we can scout the field. But Karadrime wins the horse war and takes the goose back home. Nice. Eco situation very comparable here. All players off to a decent start, and let's actually look at the TC locations here. We have New Mexico with the TC on a look. Ooh, Rip Scout. Sorry to see that, Lord of Swords. Yeah, all these players All these players know that for Bedouins or African clearing, you want to have your TC on the shorefish because it's just a fantastic food source. The largest difference maybe between Bedouins and African clearing is the amount of shorefish on Bedouins compared to African clearing, which means that Indians are the go-to pick for Bedouins with their faster shorefish collection. Yeah, that's right. You restarted this match because the game couldn't be restored from the actual Bedouins game. But that's what the rules say. If you can't restore, you have to replay, full replay, unfortunately. So that sucks. But yeah, these things happen. Mill on the next shorefish here now for Akkal-AOE. Not the next shorefish, actually the first one. So but I'm looking at Luxman's position here and seeing that there's definitely some potential for a good free boom or boom and expansion for both Luxman and Lord of Swords here is nice. New Mexico and Carolina kind of in the middle here. Very awkward for the beginnings of game. Another mid going up here. Are we going to see Burmese scouts here maybe? I see a few leges in for blue, so let's slow things down a bit. And see what blue is up to here. With the Persians, surprise, surprise, is going for the scouts here. Scouting intel suggests that Lord of Swords knows the location of New Mexico, but hasn't really got Karan scouted. Let's see for their teammates here. Alright, so they know the location of both enemies. They know the positions are not ideal here. Enter the Burmese scouts. Good play for Bedouins, I'd say, because of the largeness of the map and the, depending on the TC location, the openness of it. So you want to scout the map if anything, and claim some control. Try to take out some shorefish or something. Oh, that guy's in trouble. He's quite weak. But now let's see for the action here. Blue with scouts out. Even New Mexico is going for the scouts here, but why not? Food is in abundance in this map, and Britain scouts are actually, up until the point where you get bloodlines, they are decent enough. So any civ except the missile civilizations can go for scout cavalry if they so desire. So scouts count here, Lord of Swords with the most. Luxman going straight for the castle age here with the Magyars. And the range. Is it actually going to be straight cav archers here for Magyars? When Mexico told me he killed Blue Scout, I was mad because I wanted Red Force dead after that crap it pulled in the beginning. Hey, you're a team. If your teammate kills it, that's your kill as well. Nice engagement there. First blood of the game, maybe? Villager-wise. Yeah, first villager down. Killed by Karan Rime. Ninja Warriors keeps a villager lead of 4 though. Even with one player up to the castle age. Oh, rip. Hi, Horsey. You're dead. Oh, there's a snipe potential here. Weak villager. Blue, yeah, big old pointy boys fight over here. The scouts. New Mexico has lost 2 villagers. Lord of Swords has been getting some good engagements here. And should be another one dead here unless Karan comes to rescue with... Yeah, I think the scouts could have gotten that kill even with 1 spearman there, but... No, don't throw the scout under that. Rip. So, this looks familiar almost, but Luxman is making archers, which will mean crossbows. I guess given the distance, it makes sense. You're up against Burmese, they're quite close to you. You could get by with crossbows here, but why not just, when you're going past castle, why not just go straight for the cav archers? Could be because they're more expensive, that's why Luxman wants to go mass the archers from Feudal Age first and then get crossbow, hopefully. So many spears. Tink, 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 tink. Karandreme with the Burmese going to the castle age as well. Taking some gold over to the side there. Second stable going up. Double stable knights then, presumably, for the Burmese here. This fight is New Mexico's. But we haven't seen a whole lot of Britain scouts, have you? Just one of them, maybe to compensate for the Oversea that ran into TC Fire. And finally the Britain's range, no surprise there. Another TC on Shorefish and Wood here for Luxman. That's a great TC placement for the second one for the Magyars here. Still with archers, but crossbow on the way. No bodkin even. So maybe a bit of a ballsy fast castle here for Luxman after all. Not getting very much out of the earlier castle age here. But some good raids here with the Magyars crossbows. Nevertheless, you could always switch into cavalry archers later on, obviously. Let's see, for the scouts, they have bloodlines, they have armor, they have most of the stuff they need, and we have knights in the making for Karandrime here. Pike raids, that's just about the most annoying thing I know. Like New Mexico is doing here, we're just poking away at buildings and you can't really kill them with cavalry. If you've been investing into that, you need something else. But let's not get too carried away here. The Knights, even with only +1 defense here for Karandrime, cleans up that small trickle of Magyar's archers that still only have +1. Sorry, yeah, still only have fletching, no bodkin arrow. And hungry for some blood here, Karandrime moves out with the Knights. 63 villagers to 75. Ninja warriors with the better economy here for sure. As Karandrime and New Mexico are both staying 1 TC, maybe hoping for a military advantage here, which they currently have as well, 20-8. Well, TC in the back here for Lord of Swords, really getting that Persians boom going now. Persians, they have 10% faster working town centers in the castle age as well. So that certainly helps their boom. The overall villager count showing attesting to that with 10 villager or so lead for them. No player has wheelbarrow at all here. They need to focus on villager as well, of course. That's right, it used to be 5% Dark Age, so 10% Feudal Age, 15% Castle Age, 15% faster town centers. And docks for that matter, for the versions. I guess in theory you could dock some of these ponds if they're big enough. Good call, hitting the Magyars player here. Of course you can't leave the Persian with free boom either, but if you at least eliminate the potential of fully upgraded cavalry archers from Magyars, you're in a more decent spot than you would be otherwise. I know docks don't matter, just for the memes of it. That's the only idea. Random cannon galleon in a little corner dock just to show off. Britain's archers number increasing here from New Mexico, 3 ranges and pumping them out, or been pumping them out for a while. Still feudal age though, so no range advantage for Britons here at all. And what the hell is going on here? Okay, I guess New Mexico is hungry, needs food here, a bit low on food. No, not really. But going for the long distance hunting here. So we have blue playing the knights here, and Luxman with the crossbows. Not too dissimilar from your go-to Arabia style playing them with knights crossbows. A familiar combination for most players. Red is still lacking upgrades, which hurts Britons a lot against any kind of unit. Britons, I mean Magyars, obviously. Magyars. Even prioritizing Horse Collar now over Bodkin Arrow. Probably just clicked it and it didn't register or something. Just guessing Luxman is like sure he has Bodkin Arrow here now, and until he checks, he's not gonna be getting it. At least that happens to me frequently. I'm 100% sure I clicked something and then I didn't, after all. Castle Age on the way for the Britons as well. That's going to be past 30 minutes Castle Age. But better late than never, as we say, for New Mexico. Karadribe 2 pushing with Siege and Knights here against the crossbow investment of the Magyars. Down goes the monks. Or the monk. Yeah, I'm sure that Scorpion did a lot. It's against feudal age archers after all, so... Ooh. Ouch. I'd like to see the kill count on this thing. Oof. So many archers. All the archers going down with the Britons here. Disaster! Watch a different set where a Turk player made 16 scouts on Water Nomad and then hit Castle Age after about 40 minutes. Did they win? 1-for-1 there for the Mangonels, and Karanbe with a decent chunk of knights here to chase the crossbow numbers again. Yeah, the team got 2-0. I'm not surprised if they play like that on Water Nomad. Yeah, I didn't see the other Mangonels, I only saw the last one there, and that was a 1-for-1 by the looks of it. But if you lost 3 Mangonels to 1, then your Mangonel micro isn't on point. Castle here for the Persian player. Now that's a confident castle. That's a very confident castle. I know Lord of Sword has kidnapped all of the Britain's crossbows, but that's... Okay, he changes it. All for the better, I think. And Ninja Warriors now at 40 villagers ahead. They have a 10 military lead as well. The very ballsy castle goes for a slightly less ballsy one, but still in this area. Funnily enough, within TC range, so that could have been sniped if New Mexico got lucky there, the foundation. But yeah, that's gonna go up. Still decent amount of knights numbers here. Almost a little bit difficult to tell the difference here, but I think Ikaranura saves the Mangonel and tries an attack round there, not entirely successful, but chases the crossbow numbers, great hit there, and keeps the numbers at a minimum for the red player. Who still doesn't have Bodkin Arrow, by the way. So, even if you think you have crossbow numbers to deal with these Burmese Knights masses, you need that Bodkin Arrow, otherwise you'll be dealing so much. less damage. We're 35 minutes in Castle Age here for New Mexico, and we still only have archers and spears, not pikes or crossbows. That says something about the situation here. If you're a knights player, you don't have enough knights to take the fight. If you're an archer player, you don't have enough archers to take the fight. This is never not true. I struggle in judging those fights all the time, honestly, whether or not to take it. Defensive castle for Luxman here, covering the TCs around here and the gold. Will not be able to stop that castle from going up. The only 4 crossbows, that's the only army Luxman has at this point, so Karadrebek really could slay here. The problem is that we have a Persian with a massive boom up in the north here. Siege, knights, keeping the Britons at their tiptoes here and slowly but steadily pushing here. I'm not sure who to favor here right now, but the eco situation is way behind for Dumber here. But they do have the military. They've been investing more in military and less in economy here, but then of course you can't push just one player, and New Mexico is being pushed back here. The scores are deceivingly similar. Monk defense, crossbow in for the Britons as well. Quite a few monks here, in fact. Actually, if you convert Persian knights, do they get that bonus? Do they pick up on the bonus against archers as well? Not that it applies here all that much, but would be interesting if they did. Oh, they do. Interesting. You're gonna have to convert quite a lot for that to matter, though. Now what? What do you have here? Mangonel. Against what? There aren't really any siege. Ah, there's one scorpion. So, Ninja Warriors not really good at getting their upgrades here. The Knights of the Persians player, they only have +1/+1, even up against Britons that admittedly don't have a lot of crossbows here right now. And finally, Akkal-AOE is in for Luxman's masses here. The whooping mass of 2 crossbowmen getting the +2 range and attack that Akkal-AOE gives the Archer's line units. Another castle here for Katanime, classic Nomad style castles everywhere. Nomad maps generally have lots of gold and stone on them, so that kind of invites for castles all around the map for my control. I made one arrow by and it was completely by accident. Of course it was. Is she actually gonna get this castle up? Alright, her friends come to the rescue to finish this castle up. What's up with the north side here? Still pike, full on pikes here from New Mexico holding against the Persians here. But the overall eco situation, of course, is almost 40-50 villagers ahead for the Persians over New Mexico here. You can only hold for so long, you have to rely on your teammates doing work on the other side. And Akkal-AOE is pushing, but with the red player reaching Imp, these castles are going to be dealt with rather quickly. Some lovely raids with converted knights here from New Mexico, though, getting some value of the stolen units. $50 military to 13, so it's still that military lead for Dumb and Dumber, but with both the players and Ninja Warriors going to the Imperial Age, with more villagers, more economy to back it. I feel like they're going to input no military to benefit from it, though, so that could be a mistake here. But they're kind of keeping their map control as well. The map is divided in half here. They could wall the middle here and assume all of the right side of the map for themselves here at this point. So I'm not loving the situation for Dumber here. We do have Akkal-AOE going up as well, but as said, with Red already in the Imperial Age, those forward castles will be going down before, potentially be going down before Akkal-AOE can get any trebuchets out of his own. Nice castle taking out the TC over here. But New Mexico isn't going to see Imperial Age anytime soon, is he? Unless he gets some sling, which could obviously happen. Watch my lower castle when the turbo starts. Roger that. Lots of blue on the map, lots of red on the map. Ninja Warriors playing the boring boom game here, but they're holding on nicely given the aggression of 3 times the military size for Dumb and Dumber here. Siege engineers, no, that's 16 range for that trap. Going for the Burmese castle down here. Oh, diving in for the trap. Rip Arambai, but you've served your purpose, I guess. Nice little waltz there by Luxman as well to stop the cavalry from diving in and getting this trebuchet. There's one trap up here, trap down south as well. Quick look to the top side. Persian skirmishes at work here. Fascinating. And some stables going up as well, so we'll get the mounted skirmishers out soon enough. And... wait, what? 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 59 HP castle and it gets to stay up? Luxman, what are you doing? Can't believe that castle survived here. And Luxman loses his castle. Wow. Wow. Cavalier is in for the Burmese here, and the Ram at 2 HP here, but did break the house so that this trap can be taken out by the cavalry eventually here. I guess we'll say that Akkal-AOE has a good push going here. And still the Magars player is not committing to Cav Archers here, but to Arbalesters instead. And struggling to get the numbers up here. Military production overall here is just not looking pretty for the Persians here. Why? I guess the Persian player is making camels, heavy camels, because of the Cavalier here. Looking to the north side, New Mexico is losing terrain as well, though. It's losing another TC. 2 traps are out, massive amounts from skirmishers, and New Mexico mainly has crossbows here. So Akkal-AOE needs to come to his friend's aid up here, but there are heavy camels on the field now for the Persians, and how do we stop that with the Burmese cavalier? Blue took a risk that he could kill green off before kill green before I killed red, and it seems to be paying off. Yeah. This doesn't look too pretty for New Mexico, does it? Yes. Siege Workshop and range is here for Luxman. Luxman wants to stop New Mexico from rebooming down here. Probably going to pump out some Arbalists. And here are the heavy camels against Karan Rime's Cavalier here. What Damodavar need here? They need something against the heavy camels. And with the elite skirms on the field as well, you can't just mass up on the pikes exclusively, I think. But it's the only and best counter with the camels, I guess. We need something to respond to this. Not much green left on the map. And got a little bit in the teal struggling as well. 109 to 262 villagers. The overall economy is just so much stronger for Ninja Warriors at this point. They have one military at this point as well, and the villager number now at 105. Maybe it's time to resign again here for, or not again, but to resign for Dumb and Dumber. Burmese helps though. That's obviously helping nicely against the heavy camels here. But the main issue is going to be economy and army size, and surely that GG can't be far off now. The castle's still standing down here for Karanlime, but the eco is suffering. 97 villagers to 273, and no way to get over to the other side where the juicy golds and stones and whatnot and the area to reboom on is. Here's the tower defense for New Mexico again. No guard tower just yet. A couple of rams popping out here to take out production. Hanging in there, but 200 more villagers for Ninja Warriors now. 6 times the army size. I think we're going to game 3 here. There it is. GG is called. The reverse Sibs play, unsurprisingly, into Persians and Magyars here. I think we're going to game 3, yes. And that's it. Very late upgrades for Magyars player all over here. Double bit axe, way past Castle Age. Bodkin Error probably somewhere around here. Still, they win the game due to the massive Persians boom of Lord of Swords and pretty massive KD to back this up. Yeah, Persians equal dominating here. $141 builders both, so solid backcore as well, twice the builders in the end. Alright, let's go through the third game. Which will be the home map of Dumb and Dumber. And Hidden Sim free pick now, even reuse is allowed. I believe no rules against that. Okay, let's go for it. Okay. Doesn't look too promising, does it? Ah. Here we go. Nice haircut, says Akkal-AOE. Thank you. And tuning in at just the right moment as well to... Oh, it's screwed. Everything's... Are we playing back here? Yeah, we are. Let's give Capture H a restart again. Start 450 wood, TC 275 wood, dock 150 wood. Here we go. Decided the game. Double numbers, home map. Water Nomad. Double Incas. Which technically the rules don't say anything about. I don't see why people would choose the same Civ for the team, because you're literally eliminating the team bonus. But I said, okay, I mean, you're sacrificing a team bonus and probably some flexibility as well, having only one Civ to counter, so I allowed it. And Inca team bonus is useless as well, yeah. Point is that you're left with 50 wood, and that's enough for 2 houses, which provide 10 pop each. Probably the best eco bonus for this map out there. Yeah. I can see what you're thinking. That's an interesting tactical choice. So, Water Nomad it is. We have Lord of Swords and Karanime in the same corner here. They're probably bumped into each other already. Yeah, I don't think there's much missing here. Oh! Ooh! Don't lame your own fish. And then we have Luxman over here in the blue with Byzantines for the faster firing fire ships, maybe. And yeah, Karanime over here with the Incas, obviously, but Lord of Swords with the Lithuanians. Probably thinking that Lithuanians is a good hybrid map sim then, for their starting extra food and everything. See, look, they're both housed. Yeah. You'll be housed the very moment this game starts here, so obviously having extra pop space for houses comes in handy here, both for the wood savings and the pop efficiency, production efficiency. 23-19 and 17-16 for Ninja Warriors. Karanime, or New Mexico, sorry, already walling off here. And obstructing some fish access here for Lord of Swords, who's dangerously close to the edge here, but at least has a possible wall off here to secure the side. But double Incas for the pop space, for the useless team bonus, but for the better uptimes not being housed, and we see Karanime already going up here at 21 pop. Given the danger of demolition ships on this map, I wouldn't think that Karanime would go for the Eagle Warriors rushes here, but who knows? These guys like their Incas, by the looks of it. Second dock going up. Will we be seeing demo ships here? No Eagles this game. Even with double Incas, you're disappointing me, man. Scouting. Just having a quick look here at the players. Yeah. Lord of Swords maybe with the best intel out here. Pulling in even more water buffaloes here and using them to scout the map. These slow-ass water buffaloes. And they're both walling off here as well, the middle section there, quite close, so that makes perfect sense. Don't want a surprising demolition ship just to run right into your wood line. 20 and 22 pop up for Ninja Warriors here, as we have New Mexico going up at 36 pop here. Same pop, almost same fuel lap time as Lord of Swords with the 22 pop here. This is just ridiculous looking at the overall situation. Dismounted Step Lancer plus Demo, best strat. Maybe. Oh, listen to these buffaloes. Just making noises all the time. $38 pop and counting. What's the fish counter? New Mexico's food source must be off the charts here. 17 on food by the looks of it. 15 on wood, 7 on gold. Enter the fire galleys. Already enabled lead for Nomad over here. Going exclusively for the fire galleys could be an issue against Byzantines, but Byzantines and Lord of Swords, well, Byzantines Lithuanians far behind here in eco already. 42-28. Look at the villager difference, 70 to 48. And on to contest these we go. Oh, demos being added. Nice. Nice. I don't see walls keeping fire galleys out indefinitely either. Well, yeah, these walls, they won't go up. No. Keep going. Keep going, it's open here. Alright, we'll make our own entrance. It's fine. 12 military to 5 for the time being. What's red and blue scouting like here? They wouldn't really know where to hit, I think. But Akkal-AOE makes his own entrance door here. Enter the 7 fire galleys to instantly contest whatever economy Lord of Swords has out here with the Lithuanians. And we don't like walls, so this walling builder is going to be dead shortly. While Luxman is bringing in the Byzantines faster firing fire galleys here. But look at the overall population here. Being Incas doesn't stop you from getting housed, apparently. We're at housed at 32 pop here, or 32 builders rather, for Akkal-AOE. Splitting up the fire galleys now to delay any further docks from Lord of Swords, who is already in a bad spot here, I have to say. Look at New Mexico even stealing Red's fish here. Byzantines should be having a decent fight here with the faster firing, but oh, is Lord of Swords repairing Blue's ships here? Is that the idea with this random villager? She goes down, nevertheless. And this looks like it might be a shorter game than the previous two we've had here, for a messy map that Water Nomad is. $22 military to 9 here now, and yeah, eco still going strong for double numbers, 78 to 58, 20 builders lead. And military and builder lead here now, 23 to 9 in terms of military, which might be the most significant here. TC garrison for Lord of Swords as well to obviously try and deal some damage to the mass amounts of ships here. This disappointingly few demolition ships seen so far, but Akkal-AOE and New Mexico are thirsty for blood, and they are going exclusively for the Lithuanian player here. Yeah, I guess we'll have to toggle the Eco KD here because that's should be interesting. New Mexico has lost a lot of villagers, admittedly, so that could have been a demo shot I missed or something here. 4 killed, 13 lost. Or just the Byzantine. Yeah, it's probably fish lost to Byzantine's fire galleys, I guess. But some solid damage done on the Lithuanians player as well, of course. 17 builders dead. Luxman hasn't lost a single ship or builder thus far in the game. GG is called, and Ninja Warriors they don't stand a chance here on Water Nomad against the double Incas. Cleverly thought through by Dumber here. And I guess that's kind of not getting. Yeah, you have to ask Karanime Paradox. He explained it a moment ago, and by the looks of it, it's pretty smart. Double Incas, because Incas houses support 10 population. So with the starting wood, you could afford 2 houses and the dogs and whatnot. I think that's the idea, and not get housed. Speeds up your early production. Still, I allowed double sibs because of this, because or not because of this, because you're taking away 18 bonus, and you're essentially should be easier to counter because it's only 1 sib, not 2. So I don't mind double picks in that sense. Version stronger, says Paradox. We'll take his word on that. Shorter game this time around though, but where did it end? 18 minutes in or something? And then the uptimes, smooth uptime there, New Mexico with a ridiculous pop at 10:28 up a bit later, but who cares? They took the advantage. One player up significantly earlier and takes the 2-1.